my baseline was like a 7. Like I would start the day already kind of, amped up. My husband would be walking on eggshells because the living room would be a mess and my kid would have all her toys out. And so he's anxious because he's like, oh, mom's going to get home and she's going to be upset. It was just this, it was a ripple effect throughout, of course, our whole entire household. It would almost be instant that my brain would flip. And so then I'd be, out of control. And I did about 4 years of talk therapy prior. So I would go to therapy and we'd have these conversations, and then I'd come home and I'd be like, well, I did it again, And so it was just kind of this vicious cycle of going back and forth and really like having this understanding of what it is that I need to change, but not having the abilities to do so in my body. I spent hours, probably a day, in my head thinking about like my life without, like if I just could get away, if I wasn't in this relationship, then it will be better. Like, and I'm doing all this work and he's not doing any work. Now the difference is like, I feel so different in my body. Like there's a calm that I did not have before this experience. And I have the ability now to access that in these situations. And so I have both parts now. I know what's happening. I can understand and see it coming. I'm in the moment. I can harness, my own ability, my own calm. I see him again. Instead of this, scary version that I have painted, right? Like that's cleared. And there's clarity and I can see him. And I can see all of the things that he does every single day that are his expressions of love and devotion. And I couldn't see that. All I could see and all I focused on were the flaws. And so I can see that now. I can see that now. I have hope and like this excitement and this joy about our relationship, and I believe in the ability for us to continue. I even have the words to express my gratitude for Sarah and the safety that she created in our group, and the beauty of the vulnerability in the other women that participated, and just I don't even have words to describe that experience of just the ability for everyone to hold one another. In one session, it was just this like major aha moment for me of like, it's not anger, it's sadness. It's deep, deep sadness and grief, and it's coming out as anger. And so until I had that release through the loving process and experience, like it would just be like the bear would come out, right? And really, it was this really sad, scared, heartbroken little girl who for all these years had all of these deeply, deeply heartbreaking and sad experiences, but I just pushed them in and I held them. And so being able to release that, I don't even know the words. Like there's this, I feel at peace versus this swirling and this constant conflict and questioning. I spent so much time talking about things before, trying to figure it out, right? And you spend all this time up here and you disconnect. And that was my experience. Like when I started, my first reflection was like, I can't get my breath below. Like it's stuck in my throat, and it felt like concrete in my body, like from my shoulders down. And then it's like I'm constantly holding my breath and I'm all like this all the time, going through life like this.
Yeah.
And so being able to release and then move that concrete and to make room and the opening and using movement to do that. And then to be able to step into my power, you hear that, like you have to love yourself before you love anyone else, or, and you have to be open and take care of yourself first. And, we know all these things, but it's like, until you really, and I guess I'm doing this because like, until you can really like feel it in your body, it's just words. And that was my experience, is so much of this was just words. And I spent so much of my life in my head. And so when you can actually feel it in your body and then connect the two things, it just changes everything. And there's no way to do it without this. it is possible. You know, I still to this day have to be like, wait, is this, wait, like, no, it is real, and it is possible, and you can do it, and you're worth it, and you deserve it. And life's too short, so don't wait. Get it done. Do it now.